We definitely made the right decision, guys. You can see what's happened. It rejected that area. We got out while we could. So I just jumped in straight away after looking at the analysis. It went past the 200, and as you can see, it's been going up all night, and it just dropped. When I say it just dropped very, very quickly, 20 points. So we're just trying to get at least the 1-to-1 out of it. But I believe it's going for these people here. Let's have a look here. It's going for these people. That's where the money's at right now. So it looks like it wants to make a new low. Hopefully we'll be able to take advantage of that. At least get a 1-to-1 on this trade. Let's just look at the 1 minute. See ya. Look at the 1 minute chart. It dropped quite quickly, but it doesn't really look like it did on the 1 minute. But you can see it was going down just considerably. I presumed it may have dropped all in one minute, but it didn't. It actually dropped over the 5 minutes of that chart of this candle here. But let's see how it goes. Let's just try and get something out of this trade and jump out. I do not want to stay in this trade that long. My mental stop loss is above this candle here. That's where my mental stop loss is. And the hard stops over up here like everyone else. But we've got to remember that this knows that everyone's stop is up here and it will gun for it. But whether it's going to gun and take this stop first and then take this one, or whether it's just going to go straight for this one, this is what we have to look into and be wary about. Just go over to the 1 hour. You can see on the 1 hour chart, look what's happened here. It's gone up all night, as you can see, and then it's dropped right down, but it might reach some sort of barrier here. We're not sure. We just have to keep an eye on it because it has the tendency to switch very quickly. As you can see, looking at the candles, you can see how it can switch. This one was going right up, very strong bullish candle, and then all of a sudden, bam, it comes all the way down. The same thing happened yesterday. Big, strong bullish candle, then right down, it came crashing down. So we have to just keep an eye on it and make sure it's doing what we want it to do. So I'm going to take it as close to this area as possible because it does have a tendency to bounce away from the daily low. So let's take it to as close as possible. We don't have to take it right to the wire. We know that's what it's going for, or we have an inkling that that's where it's going for, but we're not sure how long it would take to get there. We want to stay in the market for the least amount of time as possible. So we're just going to keep on it and just try and get this thing done. And also just put a hard stop here. I mean a hard TP. I'll put a hard TP a bit lower about here. That's where my hard TP would be. Hard stop. I'll put it there just so that you can see. And my mental stop is here. But now my mental stop has moved to just above this moving average here. So I'll remove this one here. Just put it there so you saw where it was. Look at the 1 minute chart to see what it's doing. It's still below the 9-day moving average, which is a good thing. We do not want it to go above that. We do not want it to close above that. It hasn't closed above that. Good. The 1 minute chart does give me a lot of false signals, so I don't really use it that much. But sometimes it does have its uses. As you can see with this 1 minute chart here, it's giving us, it looks like it's meeting resistance here. Right there, look at that. That's a kind of like support area. We want that to be broken. So we want this candle here to break the last candle's low. If it breaks the low, then we're still in the game. We still believe that it's going to take this daily low in no time soon. So it has moved 45 points in, I think it's about 10 minutes or so. Look. Go back to the minute. 20% spent on the minute candle. It's flattening out. We don't want that. We don't want the flattening out. We need that candle to just switch down and drop below this low. Put a line there so you can see what we're talking about. This low here, this is what we needed to go beyond, to determine that we're still got some seller momentum. It's on the line at the moment. 30% spent on this minute candle. Just need it to just make a move in the direction that we wish to profit from. 80% spent on the candle. Yes, that's a decent move, but it should move a bit further. We need it a bit further. 98% spent on the candle. Right, it's dropped, but it hasn't dropped us where we want it to, but it's going in the right direction. It's still below the 9-day moving average, which is really good. 67% spent on the candle. We're going to get it on this candle. 93% spent. 98%. Is it going to drop just below this? This is where we need it. No, it's not going to drop. It didn't drop. But it's going in the right direction. So let's look at the 5-minute again. Yeah, it's running sideways at the moment. So it seems to have stopped in this area here. And if you look left, you will see that there's support and resistance here. Support here, and this is the 5-minute chart. Let's look at the 15-minute. There's support here as well. Look to the left. Look at that. Look at the 1 hour. There's still some support here and resistance. So this is an area where historically it does stick. So we might have to wait for a bit and see what happens. Let's go back to the minute chart, see if it's still below. Yeah, it's still below. It's still below the 9-day. Which is a good thing. But it's not doing much. It's not doing anything at the moment. We just needed to pass this line here, this support line, where we found out it's a support and resistance. So let's try and get below this line and get as close to the daily low as possible. It's only 8 or 9 points extra. But this is what we're after. Go back to the 5-minute just to make sure. So look, 20, yeah, around this area is where we're after. around this area if we can get to it. Anywhere in this zone here. Let me put a zone so it's a bit more clear. Anywhere in this zone here, we're fine. That's good. I like that. I like what it's just done. You see whether it's pushed through on the 1 minute. Let's see what it looks like on the 1 minute. It looks good on the 1 minute. That's what we like to see. A nice strong push. Now it's way below that line, way below the support and resistance line. We're trying to get in this area here. This is where we're looking for. I'm not going to be exact. I'm not going to say I want X or Y. Anywhere in this zone, depending on its characteristic, this is where we want to be in. It's close. It's close, and I do like it. I can jump out, but I don't want to, because I strongly believe it's here. It needs to pass before it's done its job today. It needs to pass this area here to receive the liquidity and the fuel it needs to move around today. So just keep an eye on it. It does move brutally fast sometimes. My finger is on the mouse on the X to cross out of this trade. My other finger's on the return button, just in case we get requotes. I don't like that though. I don't like what it's done. Just a little bit more. I don't like that. 60% spent on the candle. Don't like the way it's rejecting that area there, look. 72%. Will it reject that 9-day or will it go back to it? That's a good looking rejection. I like that rejection, but it should. I want that candle to be red, to be quite honest. I want that candle to be red. Most of the candles spent, gone. Right, I don't like the way it's. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's still in our favor, but it's not going the direction that we would like it to do. Let's have a quick look at the 5 minute. Yeah, look, the 5 minute looks no good. How much is left on a 5? 50% spent on a 5. Look, is even going even further. It's not nice. It's not nice at all, but it hasn't done its job. But like I said, it doesn't have to do it immediately. It can go up, take some people's stops around here. Some people that have done some tight stops here. There's some tight stops here. They can be taken out as well. Don't like that at all. All them gains is going now, look. Damn. Look at that. That's rough. That is rough. But you see what happens when you start taking... Look what it's done on a minute. Look what it's done. It has to reject this and come back down. If it don't, then we're just coming out of this trade. Then, as far as I'm concerned, it's not doing what we want it to do. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. See how hard it is? We're back into negative territory, just like that. We're in negative territory. We were doing very, very well, and it's not through any fault of our own, but we are not doing very well now. And it's past the moving averages on the 1 minute chart. So this is through no fault of our own. This is just the way the market works. See, this is how the market works. It's just going to shoot up on us now, you know. We're going to have to look at our mental stops and start considering what we're doing. Because look what he's done. Look at that candle. We might be hitting our mental stops in a minute. Hopefully, it will reject this 9-day moving average here and come right back down. Nope, look at that. Gee. Wow. Let's hold off a bit. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Now we have to hope that it rejects the 200-day moving average. But the force of this, it's not good. It looks like it hit something, the support and resistance area, bounced right back. It's taking everyone out. That's what it wants to do. It's taking these guys out. It's taking these guys out. It wants to take these guys out. It wants to take us out. Look, that's going to take us out, you know. It's going to take us out. If it goes past this 200-day moving average, I'm coming out. If it closes, that is rough. Just like that, it's just switched. But do you see how hard it is? Do you see how fast it is as well? Do you see how fast it moved? So we just have to hope it rejects this 200-day moving average and then shoots right back down, confusing everyone. That's what I'm hoping that it's done. I'm hoping it's looking to create an element of confusion. It still wants to go down, but some people have panicked and they don't want to stay in, so they've come out. And also, some people who are seeing this reaction have put some money in this area here. Here, just now. They just put some money here. Right here. Some people have just put some money here, seeing this reaction, and are trying to capitalize on it. Hopefully, that money gets taken, and this money down here gets taken. That's what we're hoping. We're hoping that it rejects the 200 like it's doing, but it has to do it positively. And on the next candle, it should shoot right back down into this zone. Do you see how fast it can switch on you? So sometimes you should, even though we were looking for a 1-to-1, like 20 points on that candle, we were on 11 points. We should have just taken it and come out. We could have. It does happen, but that's why it just missed our zone. Look, just missed it. Just missed our zone. Maybe 2-3 points out of the zone. So we could have been out of we could have been out of it. But this is what happens sometimes. This is it. This is the game. For example, if I drew this box just a bit bigger like that, we would have jumped out of the trade. But we said we want hit around this area, and we're in the trade now. We're in a negative position. Almost 80% spent on this candle. Let's see if we can turn this around. Hopefully this is just an illusion. Shaking of the tree. It's getting people out of the market. Let's see. Confusing people. Making them put stops, making them move stops, making them jump out the trade, making them come in the trade. Let's see if that's just a confusion. Because the way it's rejecting this 200-day, I like it. But I didn't like the way it shot up. Like ferociously shot up. It wasn't just You saw it. It was very, very aggressive. But sometimes that tricks people into panicking. So you just have to just see where it's going to take us now. We've got a mental stop. If it all fails, we just jump out and it's a loss. But the only thing more painful than a loss is a trade which was not a loss that turns into a loss. They're very ugly, really ugly. Only consolation we got now is that it's below the 9-day moving average. It's below all the averages. It hit the 200-day moving average and rejected it. That's a ferocious rejection. That's a ferocious rejection. So let's see if it's gonna continue its descent and hit into our zone here. I can't see it coming all the way down to here and not taking out these boys. Why would it do that? Well, like I said, we can't really tell. There may be more money up here in this area or around this. I don't know. I don't know. I know there's money down here, but it's still there. So they might come for it later. But as we can see, it's below all the averages, which is good. It's below all of them. It done all that messing around, but it's still below all the moving averages. So it's still in sell zone. It's still in the seller's zone. Let's see if this candle here matches the ferocity of these candles and jumps right into this area here. That's what we need. But it's and ahhing at the moment. Yep, that's looking good. That's looking good. 36% spent on a candle. Let's see if it comes right into our zone with this one candle. It's possible. I've seen it plenty of times. But usually I'm not in the market. I'm just watching it. But let's see if we can get it here. Let's see if we can catch this one. Because we could have come out with all that movement going against us. We could have jumped out of the trade. It was very possible that I would have left. But we held it. We held on. We saw the rejection on the 200. This rejection on the 200 was fierce. So let's see if it does what we want it to do. 50% spent on the candle. There's time. Just stagnant at the moment. Hopefully my internet is on. Yes, my internet is still there. It's just doing anything. What's going on? Let me just make sure my internet is actually working. What's it not, but you never know with these things. Yeah, the internet's still on. Right, it's moving. It's moving just how we like it. A nice strong candle. Let's get this. $77% spent on the candle. There's still time for it to give us at least a new low. That's a big ask, I suppose, but on this one candle, but it's doing the right thing now. I'd like it to match the energy of this candle. It's retracting a bit. Right, maybe it's on the next candle we'll get there. Or maybe they're going to put us in no man's land. Let's see. 91% spent on the candle. Let's have a quick look at the minute chart. The minute chart looks good. Gap down. Look at that. Gap down. It's giving us a signal in a minute, but the signals in a minute, there's not enough information in there. Not enough information, but it's gap down. So all we need is it to come down further and get past all of this nonsense and get into our zone. Don't be messing around again like that rubbish which you just done. What was that about? Above this resistance area again, where we were maybe 15 minutes ago. We don't want to be above it, we want to be below. But look what happened. It went below, gave us a bit of hope, and then it just shot right back up. Did you see that? It was a bit naughty. But what we're going to do, if it goes beyond here, if it's not strong enough, we can just come out. We got a bit of change at the moment, but it's not as much as we want it to be. And this way, it's just giving us no movement whatsoever. Oh, no, look. We don't want to see any white, just red candles we want to see right now, please. Just give us that red candle. Come down further. We need it further than this area here. We want it in our zone. We want it in our zone. You know what? Remember I said we should have made the zone a bit bigger. Maybe we should make it a bit bigger. We made it a bit bigger. Is it going to assist us this time? Is it going to do what we want it to do? We need a nice strong candle, don't we? We want a nice strong candle to come in here. It's got to go for this daily low and take all of these boys out. Look at them, there's plenty of them. There's millions right here. Millions in this area. In this area here, there's millions. Why would it not come for that? There's millions here. Resistance or no resistance is going to blast through this. Take these boys out. And then it's done for the day. It doesn't need to do anything again. So just keep an eye on it. I'm putting my... Right, I'm above the close. I'm above the... My fingers on the trigger, basically. Both fingers. Ah, come on. Stop messing around. You know what you want to do. You know what you want to do, but see, patience is going to get the best of me. Minute chart, let's have a look. Patience is going to get the best of me. I'm going to jump out and lose maybe, not lose, but not, I'm going to forfeit a few points if it keeps messing around, because I don't want that occurrence to happen again. So, I don't know. Let's have a check whether, no, it's still just giving us a indecision. It should, come on, you got to rock it down into that area. It's got to. Well, it doesn't have to, but it's the inclining is massive. The inclination is massive for it to come for these dollars and pounds and yen. It's all here. You don't want it again or what? 81% spent on a candle. I am going to give it a second and then I'm going to jump out. I'm fine with this. I'm fine with. Should I wait for another candle? This is the decisions which are very difficult. Should you just take it and run, or go for this another candle? Because it didn't reach another low. It didn't reach the new low. We need that new low. Let's see where it stops. Let's see where the candle closes. Let's see where it closes. 95% spent on the candle. Let's see where it closes. It's almost going to close any minute now. I closed. I didn't like that. That's not good. What's this one going to do? Something's telling me hold your nerve. Another thing's telling me you might as well come out. So I'm going to, if it goes above that area there, I'm coming out. Shit, coming out. I'm coming out of there. I'm out. We didn't get anything near what we wanted. It was a positive trade, but it's when it starts umming and ahhing, you just can't be sure. You can't be sure what it's going to do right now. Yes, it rejected the 200-day. It was looking good. We held our nerve and it came back and it gave us half of what we wanted. But because it's been umming and ahhing, and we do know that that area is a strong support and a resistance area, it can be, we can be there all day messing around with that, and then at the end of it, it might go against us. So we might as well just take whatever is offering us and then just leave and then wait for a next opportunity. You can see that this is a large candle. This is another thing. See, this candle is a large candle. When it's large like that, I don't really like it, because whatever platform you're on, whatever chart you're looking at, you can see it. That doesn't give us any advantages at all. That's why it's almost like all the profit is already taken in this candle. So we got something out of it, not exactly what we wanted. We wanted it in this zone here. It didn't come, but no problem. We got something. We can put it in our bag. So we'll look at it again. I will try and leave this running and let you see what happened, whether we were right to come out or not. We probably were wrong, to be quite honest, but you can't tell. You're not. No one tells the future. You can't tell. But I did not want to risk the loss again. So I'd rather take the little points we have and then just wait for another setup, which I'm a bit more confident with. We definitely made the right decision, guys. You can see what's happened. It rejected that area. We got out while we could. It did not go any further than that. Went up, took our mental stop, took our hard stop. Look at that. Completely pulverized through it. And I don't know what it's going to do now, but it's done what it was supposed to do. We said there was money here, down in this area here, and there was money up here. It seems like they wanted to take this money first. And that's it, guys. I hope you've learned a lesson here, that sometimes, even if you have a 2-to-1 or a 1-to-1 or 3-to-1, etc., sometimes if you look at the market and you believe you must come out, come out. It doesn't matter. If you've got something in your bag, that's better than nothing. Okay, guys. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Until next time.